Welcome to week 3, everyone. So this week is all about the call to action in 1987. So it gives us a really great and really specific outline of what was going on in 1987 at an international level as well as Australian, and some really key local examples as well. The prompt for this week is if student activism is dying in Australian universities. And so this article comes from 2014, so it's about 7 years old. So when you read the article, it's a media article, you'll notice that it refers to different governmental figures. So, but I still think it's very relevant because of what it kind of puts forward, and that is that efforts to increase access and opportunity have played a greater role in determining the future of student activism in universities. So we're all kind of in a university right now. So online, I teach online. A few of you I know have done university in a face-to-face campus, maybe at Western Sydney Uni or another university. So we all kind of have a good understanding, a lived experience of what it is to be in a university. I know that I have been to University of Technology Sydney, I've been to the University of Sydney, I've been to Macquarie University, and I teach at Western Sydney Uni and Western Sydney Online. That's a lot, right? Wow, I'm severely institutionalised from universities, hey? I don't care if you agree with me, that's completely fine. But one of the things that I've noted is that at universities, more face-to-face, bricks and mortar universities, is that there are always lots of posters for, say, calls to actions for different political groups. And we have these days on campus at Macquarie where different student groups can all put up a stall and talk to students around the time of orientation week, maybe first week back. To talk to students about causes, issues that are important to the group. It all goes really well, and you can have entirely different groups next to one another. So you may have the Atheist Alliance next to the Young Liberals, next to the Australian Catholic University Students Association, next to the Bangladeshi Students Association. So it's a really interesting look at everyday multiculturalism in practice as well, because all these groups get along, right? So the question for this week is it incumbent on Australian universities to foster social action within its student body, or is this the role of the student? So this question can basically be broken down to into whether the university has a prerogative or its main focus needs to be to create social action within it, or is it dependent on individual students? So the argument is very much a collective argument versus an individual argument. So I think discussing this question will be very effective for the assignment coming up in Monday week 4, because it really talks about the role of the individual and whether or not individual activism should be seen as more important than activism that is fostered by a bigger kind of power, that be like a university, and allowed to create groups. So I'd really like to hear how you feel about this question. You can talk about the National Union of Students. You can talk about the Get Up Action Hub. You can talk about other unions as well that you may belong to. I belong to the Australian University Union, and they're quite powerful. I do know that they've been very helpful to me in the past in regards to some of my work at Macquarie University, but I might tell you all a bit more about that with my drop-in on Thursday, about the power of collective bargaining and what people can do when they band together. So I'm a bit torn as well on whether individual or collective activism should be seen as more important or the incumbent kind of responsibility. Okay, looking forward to seeing what you have.